Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be building the ultimate Cyan loadout, but I want to do it from the very tippity top of Vertigo, the map that should have been removed rather than Overpass. Now before we dive into this, I got to tell you about the giveaway, or remind you of the giveaway for this month. If I can find it here, I don't have the combination together on screen, but it is going to be these Broken Fang gloves unhinged, which are field tested at 0.169, so super low float field tested, which is kind of nice, and it's going to be paired with the Gut Knife Black Laminate in Battle Scar. So giving away the combo to one lucky winner. All you have to do is make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment down below of your favorite skin from the Cyan loadout to enter. Good luck to those that do enter. We'll pick the winner at the end of the month, and let's get into it. If you want the best place to buy and sell your CS2 skins, then look no further than today's sponsor, Skinport. Skinport offers users a fast, smooth, easy and secure experience for buying and selling Counter-Strike skins, with the benefit of items being much cheaper compared to buying on the Steam community market.
This is the way.
This is the way.
There are no buying fees, selling fees range between 2 to 12%, and there's over 1 million skins available on Skinport at any time. With a great Trustpilot rating, it's the perfect place to start building your loadout, whether you're going for budget gems or picking up some insane skins. They are also the reason we can keep running giveaways to give back to you guys, so make sure you check out Skinport using the links in the description or pinned comment, and let's get back to the video. Now, this loadout basically has two different versions, but I'll explain at the end. One makes it very expensive, one makes it not so expensive in the grand scheme. Knife and glove combo to kick it off though is going to be a pricey one, but I think it looks incredibly mean. It's going to be the hand wraps overprint in factory new for $920, and it's going to be an M9 bayonet gamma Doppler phase 3 for $1,800. Phase 3 for me is the best for Cyan because it gets a nice mix of the blue and the green. This is overall an unreal combo. Like, if you got this, you're pretty much set for years to come, like CS combo wise, right? When we get to the Glock, it's going to be a very similar thing. It's going to be a Gamma Doppler, and it's going to be phase 3. $65 for this in factory new. It pairs so well with the gloves. If you guys remembered when I had a green and blue inventory, I ran Gamma Dopplers with overprints and jade gloves and mixed between them, and oh my god, it just works so well. This is such a nice sort of pickup to pair with. Now, obviously the goal is Cyan, but we're not going to get Cyan for every single option. It doesn't just exist. CS has some limitations. But when that's not possible, we're going to go for blue and green if possible, or just one of those key colors. Monster Masher for the USP is a good example of how this works. $35 for factory new, but the blue and the green combination works well into this sort of Cyan loadout that we're going for. And if you are a P2000 enjoyer, I'm going to recommend you go for the handgun. This is just over $3 for factory new. Desert Eagle-wise, we're going to go for what I think is potentially a top 5 Desert Eagle. It's the Midnight Storm. You can see here, just when holding it, how well this works with the overprint gloves. I've listed this at $30 because it starts from $25, but realistically, you want to get a 00 float, which normally has like $5, sometimes less overpay. Now, it may be an ultimate loadout, but you don't have to spend big on the AK. $16 here to get a factory new ice cold. And obviously, the blue into that green gradient is perfect for this Cyan loadout. Like, no questions asked. This is the best AK. Now, you could make an argument for the Nightmare, and I have made an argument in the past for the Nightmare over the Icarus Fel, but if we're going ultimate, no limit on the budget, I think the $450 mark for an Icarus Fel, it's just incredibly good. This is, without a doubt, I'd say a top 5 M4A1S skin. I loved it when I had mine. It's so cool, and it works so well with the gloves. The M4A4 was kind of lacking a little bit but I wanted to check sites that actually listed this as Cyan, and it does. So the bullet rain for $44 is going to be my choice here. Not quite as good as the A1S, but it still fits in fairly well to the thing. Now, when I said there's two versions of this loadout, it's basically because the op differences can drastically change the price. For the ultimate, it's going to be the Gungnir, which is $12,000. That's a lot of money. That is the most expensive item in this whole loadout. It is pretty much like 75% of the cost of this loadout. It's insane, but it's a beautiful skin. If you could get this, by all means go for it. The more reasonable option is going to be the Aetherius. You guys probably seen this one coming. This is what I use for mine. The blue and the green again. That's the color palettes we're going for. Works well with the gloves. $12 instead of $12,000. We're going to spend big on the MP9 here. We're going to go $150. We're going to pick up a Pandora's box. Cool name, cool skin. The depictions of what would come out of Pandora's box. I quite like it. Then we're going to have the Malachite for the Mac 10, which honestly, I don't think I've showcased this once in a video before. But for $3 factory new, you can see how well right now this pairs with the gloves. So for Ultimate Cyan loadout, 100% pick this up. Now for the X-Ray, there was another skin that I wanted to pick instead. I think it was the Undertow, but when then I compared it to how it pairs with the gloves, the X-Ray, although it's like $40 cheaper, it's 41 cents in factory new. It's kind of a no-brainer choice. The Tech 9 then gets a really nice option in the Avalanche. Now this is blue with some orange accents. $3.53 for factory new fits in really nicely with the sort of loadout we're going for. This is the game where we can't get perfect Cyan skins, but we lean into the blue or the green. A skin that I'd say is pretty perfect for it, though, is the Waters of Nephthys. This is still coming in just under the $100 mark for factory new, but it's still a beautiful skin. I loved using this when I had the blue loadout. It was actually a reason I almost considered staying with the blue loadout is because of how good this skin is. Now, while I would personally just go buy a Stone Cold for like $4, we're going Ultimate. The Aqua Terrace is going to win here. It's $127, and it does honestly fit the Cyan theme a bit better, but I couldn't personally justify the extra $20 for this. Then another skin that I think actually matches it really well is going to be the Foul Play. Again, the fact that this gets chicken feathers after Foul Play, and it's spelled like foul, like chicken, just the name and the actual design of the skin works really well. Goes under the radar a little bit. Color wise, for $6.65, pretty much perfect. The Joe Berettas were lacking an option. I think going for the Urban Shock is probably the best thing. It's not a perfect match of blue, but I think for the price you're paying for under $3 on factory new, it's the closest and best option you're going to get. Now, the SG did not have an option, but I went for the Integral here. $111. It's bloody expensive. It's got enough blue to somewhat match with the gloves to justify it. And like I say, there's no real other option you can consider here. The AUG has a pretty nice budget option. It's a Ricochet, which is a max of like $50 in factory new, which is very nice. You might not use the AUG much, so $50 for a skin that, let's be honest, matches pretty perfectly color-wise with the gloves. Love to see it. The XM is going to be a Slipstream, which once again, it might not be your favorite skin, but 25 cents for this in factory new to match the gloves perfectly, it's really hard to argue against. The only real MP7 option is the Cirrus, which again has that issue of not really being Cyan, not really matching, but for the sake of $50 again for factory new, to get yourself an MP7 skin that kind of can fit a little bit, there you go. And then my Scout of choice is going to be the Abyss. Now, I've got a factory new for $2.69. There might be an argument to save like 50 cents to $1 here and go field test it just so the blue's a bit less bright. It might match the gloves more, but I know as you go to Battle Scarred, it ends up just changing completely. So I think maybe field test it actually could be a sweet spot. And I thought we had another skin, but that actually ended off. It was just the extra up skin. So if you went for the Gungnir here, the total cost of this would be $15,869, which is absolutely insane. But I think the positive, because there is a positive here that we can take away, if you replace the Gungnir with the Aetheris, which, like I say, is literally like a $12,000 difference, the total cost becomes $3,882, which for a Cyan loadout that gets such clean factory new gloves, you could see of like $300 going factory new here, and an S tier knife, like an absolutely amazing knife, and like just crazy skins across the board, like the Icarus Fell, the Midnight Storm, the Gamma Doppel Glock, like everything here works so well. I think coming in under $4,000 for this, for the Ultimate, actually is pretty cool. Maybe it'd be nice to see a middle ground option between the Aetheris and the Gungnir, but I mean, this is actually a reasonable loadout. Now, I don't want to say affordable again. 4K is a lot of skins, but in the context of like a CS inventory, 4K for this is actually very good in my opinion. Now, I'm going to end it off there. Just a reminder, guys, that there is the knife and glove giveaway that we mentioned at the start of the video. All you have to do is hit the like button, subscribe, and leave a comment of your favorite skin from today's video. And we're going to try and do more themes like this moving forward. So the Cyan will suggest it a couple of times, and that's why we've started to do it. Recently, we did the Wasteland themed loadout. So while we're finishing off these themed budget loadouts, like the oranges, the reds, the blues, from like $50 to $1,000 and whatnot, I'm going to try and do some slightly more unique loadouts where possible, whether or not they have a specific theme like Cyan, or I'm just mixing two colors together to build a really nice value for money loadout. We'll see. But if you guys have any suggestions you want to see, let me know in the comments down below or in the Discord. I'll pick up on it, and if it fits and I can do it, I'll be sure to make a video for it. I'm going to stop waffling now, guys. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.